Michael Collins' journey to becoming an Apollo 11 astronaut is one of perseverance, discipline, and an unyielding desire to soar beyond limits. Born on October 31, 1930 in Rome, Italy, he was the youngest son of a military family steeped in tradition. His father, Major General James Collins, served in the U.S. Army, a role that profoundly shaped Michael's values of duty and service. From an early age, Michael's world was one of frequent relocations due to his father's assignments. Living in places like Puerto Rico, Rome, and various cities across the United States exposed him to diverse cultures, but also instilled a sense of adaptability and resilience. However, it was his fascination with aviation that set him apart. Inspired by the exploits of Charles Lindbergh, who had famously crossed the Atlantic solo, young Michael dreamed of flying. This passion for aviation led him to pursue rigorous academic and military training. After excelling at St. Albans School in Washington, D.C., he enrolled at the United States Military Academy at West Point. There, he demonstrated a sharp intellect, graduating in 1952 with a degree in military science. But Michael wasn't just content with excelling in the classroom. His heart yearned for the skies. Choosing to join the United States Air Force instead of the Army, Collins embarked on a journey to master aviation. Training at Columbus Air Force Base in Mississippi, he quickly distinguished himself as a highly skilled pilot. By 1953, he had earned his wings, flying advanced aircraft like the F-86 Sabre, an experience that thrilled and tested him in equal measure. But Collins' career was not without its risks. High-performance jets were unforgiving, and he witnessed colleagues and friends lose their lives during training accidents. These harrowing experiences shaped his commitment to precision and safety, traits that would later define his success as an astronaut. In 1960, Collins reached a pivotal point when he was selected to attend the Air Force Experimental Flight Test Pilot School at Edwards Air Force Base in California. Here he pushed the boundaries of aviation, flying cutting-edge experimental jets like the X-15, which skimmed the edge of space. It was during this time that Collins began to dream of going further, not just to the skies, but beyond them. His first attempt to join NASA in 1962 ended in rejection, but Collins' determination was unshakable. Undeterred, he honed his skills, reapplied in 1963, and was finally accepted into NASA's third group of astronauts. This group, known as the 14, included names that would go down in history, such as Buzz Aldrin and Gene Cernan. Collins' journey to NASA symbolized his relentless pursuit of excellence. It was not just his technical skill that set him apart, but also his ability to remain calm under pressure and his introspective nature. These qualities would prepare him for the unique challenges of space exploration and the mysteries that awaited him on the far side of the moon. For Michael Collins, the Apollo 11 mission was not just a test of technical skill, but also a profound journey into isolation, introspection, and perhaps the unknown. As the command module pilot, Collins had one of the most critical yet solitary roles in the mission. While Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin prepared to make history on the lunar surface, Collins remained in lunar orbit, piloting the command module Columbia alone. The first exploration in space, Kobe met the 20th century's Zodiac. Collins's role was indispensable. The command module was the only vehicle that could bring the crew safely back to Earth. Every system had to function flawlessly, and as the sole astronaut aboard while Armstrong and Aldrin descended in the lunar module, Collins was responsible for monitoring its operations, ensuring it remained in perfect working order. The weight of this responsibility was immense. A single error in maintaining Columbia's orbit or preparing for the lunar module's rendezvous could have left his crewmates stranded on the moon, a scenario that haunted Collins throughout the mission. What made Collins' task even more remarkable was the isolation he faced. Each orbit around the moon took approximately 2 hours, during which he would pass over the far side of the moon, the mysterious, dark hemisphere permanently hidden from Earth. During these periods, all communication with Earth was cut off. For nearly an hour, Collins was utterly alone in the silent void of space. No voice from mission control, no words from his crewmates. Only the hum of the command module's systems and the endless expanse of stars beyond the moon's shadow. Despite this solitude, Collins later described the experience as peaceful rather than lonely. "I am alone now, truly alone, and absolutely isolated from any known life. I am it," he wrote in his journal, yet he also hinted at something more, a presence he couldn't quite explain. In his later years, Collins began to speak cryptically about his time in lunar orbit. He alluded to a moment on the far side of the moon when he saw or experienced something he could never fully articulate. Before his death, Collins admitted, "There is something on the far side of the moon. They told me I couldn't talk about it." These words, heavy with the weight of secrecy, left the world wondering what he might have encountered. Speculation abounds. Did Collins witness an unexplained structure, a natural phenomenon, or something that defies the boundaries of human understanding? UFO enthusiasts have suggested extraterrestrial involvement, while skeptics argue it could have been a visual anomaly or the result of prolonged isolation. Collins himself never elaborated, taking the details of his experience to the grave. Beyond any potential mystery, Collins' isolation was a profound test of psychological endurance. NASA psychologists had worked with him extensively to prepare for the solitude he would face. Collins, known for his introspective and philosophical nature, approached the experience with a unique perspective. Rather than feeling fear, he saw the isolation as an opportunity for reflection. In his journal, Collins wrote about the beauty of the moon's surface, the stark contrast of its craters and shadows, and the humbling realization of Earth's fragility. "It is a tiny blue and white jewel," he noted, observing our planet from afar. This perspective, born of isolation, gave Collins a profound appreciation for humanity and the interconnectedness of life on Earth. Though Collins often spoke of the serenity he felt during Apollo 11, his cryptic remarks about the far side of the moon suggest that the mission left him with an unspoken burden. Was it the weight of a secret, the enormity of the experience, or something else entirely? For Collins, the silence of lunar orbit may have been both a source of peace and a profound mystery, one that continues to intrigue and puzzle us to this day. When Michael Collins returned to Earth after the Apollo 11 mission, he was hailed as one of the greatest astronauts in history. Yet, unlike his crewmates Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin, who stepped onto the lunar surface and into global fame, Collins chose a quieter path. His decision to step away from the limelight was emblematic of his introspective nature and hinted at the deeper impact of his experiences in space. Upon splashing down in the Pacific Ocean on July 24, 1969, Collins, along with Armstrong and Aldrin, was greeted as a hero. The Apollo 11 crew embarked on a worldwide tour, celebrated for their monumental achievement in space exploration. However, while Armstrong and Aldrin became household names, Collins' role often went overlooked by the public. This relative anonymity suited Collins. He once remarked, "I know that I would be a liar or a fool if I said that I have the best of the three seats, but I can say with truth and equanimity that I am perfectly satisfied with the one I have." His humility and contentment with his pivotal yet behind-the-scenes role set him apart as a true team player. After Apollo 11, Collins chose not to pursue another space mission. He left NASA in 1970, seeking a different kind of fulfillment. Initially, he served as the Assistant Secretary of State for Public Affairs, but the constraints of political life didn't resonate with his adventurous spirit. In 1971, Collins found his true calling when he was appointed as the first director of the Smithsonian National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. Under his leadership, the museum became one of the most visited in the world, opening its doors to the public in 1976. Collins was instrumental in curating exhibits that captured the awe of aviation and space exploration, inspiring future generations to dream beyond the stars. Collins also turned to writing, penning several books about his experiences, including his acclaimed autobiography, Carrying the Fire. His writing was lauded for its honesty, intellect, and philosophical depth. Unlike many memoirs, Collins' work avoided self-aggrandizement. Instead, he offered readers a glimpse into the mental and emotional challenges of being an astronaut, as well as his reflections on humanity's place in the universe. In Carrying the Fire, Collins described the profound perspective he gained from viewing Earth from space. "The thing I remember most is the view of planet Earth from a great distance," he wrote. "Tiny, lovely, and fragile." These words encapsulated the sense of interconnectedness and vulnerability he felt while orbiting the moon. Collins valued balance in his life, prioritizing time with his wife, Patricia, and their 3 children. He found solace in nature, often retreating to fish or hike, simple pursuits that grounded him after the grandeur of space. Friends and colleagues described him as warm, witty, and deeply thoughtful, with a sense of humor that masked the complexities of his inner world. Despite his public achievements, Collins carried the weight of his Apollo 11 experiences privately. His cryptic remarks about what he saw on the far side of the moon added an air of mystery to his legacy. He spoke sparingly of this secret, only hinting that NASA had instructed him to remain silent. "I'm sorry we lied," he admitted late in life, sparking endless speculation. Why did Collins choose to withhold details of his experience? Some believe he was bound by NASA's strict protocols regarding unexplained phenomena. Others suggest that what he saw defied scientific explanation or human understanding, leaving him with a secret too profound to share. Whatever the truth, it is clear that Collins viewed his experiences in space as both a privilege and a responsibility. His humility and restraint reflected his belief that some mysteries are best left unanswered, or at least revealed in their own time. Collins passed away on April 28, 2021, leaving behind a legacy of exploration, courage, and quiet dignity. While the world continues to marvel at his role in Apollo 11, it is the unanswered questions he left behind that intrigue us most. What did he see on the far side of the moon? Why did he choose to remain silent for so long? These mysteries, like the man himself, remind us of the vastness of the universe and the limits of human understanding. The enigma surrounding Michael Collins' cryptic remarks about his experience on the far side of the moon has sparked endless debate and speculation. What did he see or experience in those moments of isolation? Did he witness a natural phenomenon, a technological anomaly, or something that transcends our understanding of science? One of the most popular theories is that Collins encountered something extraordinary, perhaps an uncharted structure, light anomaly, or an inexplicable event. The far side of the moon, shrouded in perpetual shadow from Earth's perspective, has long been a source of mystery and intrigue. Supporters of this theory point to Collins's own words, particularly his late leap admission, "There is something on the far side of the moon. They told me I couldn't talk about it." His choice of words suggests that whatever he witnessed was not only significant, but also deemed sensitive enough by NASA to warrant secrecy. Could it have been a formation resembling an artificial structure? Some theorists argue that NASA has photographic evidence of unusual lunar formations, but has withheld it to avoid public panic or misinterpretation. The notion of extraterrestrial life has captured humanity's imagination for decades. UFO enthusiasts have latched on to Collins' admission as possible evidence of alien activity. They argue that his descriptions of not feeling lonely during his isolation and his cryptic hints about something more significant suggest a presence beyond human comprehension. While such claims are often dismissed as conspiracy theories, it's worth noting that many astronauts, including Buzz Aldrin, have publicly entertained the idea of alien life. Could Collins have encountered something that confirmed these suspicions? Another perspective is that Collins' experience could have been a result of the psychological effects of isolation. Being cut off from all communication with Earth and his crewmates, surrounded by the vast void of space, might have induced altered states of perception. Astronauts are trained extensively to handle isolation, but even the most resilient individuals can experience moments of profound introspection or hallucination in such conditions. If Collins' remarks were shaped by psychological phenomena, it doesn't make them any less significant. Instead, they highlight the profound impact of space travel on the human mind, a frontier as vast and mysterious as the cosmos itself. One of the most intriguing aspects of this mystery is NASA's alleged role in keeping Collins' experience under wraps. The organization's strict protocols on unexplained phenomena are well documented. Astronauts are often debriefed extensively upon returning to Earth, and any potentially sensitive information is classified. Collins' admission, "I'm sorry we lied," has fueled theories that NASA knows more than it lets on. Whether it was an unexplainable phenomenon, an extraterrestrial encounter, or simply an optical anomaly, the decision to suppress such information suggests a calculated effort to manage public perception. Regardless of what truly happened, Collins' story serves as a reminder of the limits of human understanding. The mysteries of space are vast, and while exploration has brought us closer to understanding the cosmos, it has also revealed how little we truly know. Collins' experience is a testament to the humility required to confront the unknown. As we continue to push the boundaries of space exploration, from lunar missions to the dream of colonizing Mars, Collins' legacy challenges us to approach the unknown with curiosity tempered by caution. What lies beyond our current understanding may not always be something we are ready to comprehend. Michael Collins' cryptic remarks have left an indelible mark on the story of Apollo 11. While the truth may remain hidden, the questions he raised invite us to explore not just the mysteries of space, but the depths of our own curiosity and imagination. His silence is a powerful reminder that some answers may only emerge when humanity is prepared to understand them. Michael Collins' life was a mosaic of remarkable achievements, introspective wisdom, and profound humility. As we reflect on his journey, from the cockpit of experimental jets to the silent orbit of the moon's far side, we uncover lessons that resonate far beyond the realm of space exploration. His story is not just about the mysteries of the cosmos, but also about the human spirit's capacity for resilience, curiosity, and grace. One of Collins' most enduring lessons is the importance of teamwork. While Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the lunar surface, Collins ensured their safe return by mastering the intricacies of the command module. He never sought personal glory, instead emphasizing the collective effort behind Apollo 11's success. His humility serves as a reminder that great achievements are rarely the work of one individual. Collins' willingness to embrace a supporting role highlights the value of sacrifice and the importance of recognizing every contribution, no matter how unseen it may seem. Collins' time alone in lunar orbit offers a powerful lesson on solitude. In a world that often equates isolation with loneliness, Collins demonstrated the potential of solitude as a space for reflection and growth. He approached his time in the command module not with fear, but with a philosophical mindset, finding peace in the silence of space. His ability to embrace and even cherish solitude is a valuable lesson in today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world. It encourages us to find moments of stillness, to reflect on our place in the universe, and to appreciate the beauty of our planet from a broader perspective. Collins' cryptic remarks about the far side of the moon reveal another profound lesson: the importance of courage in the face of the unknown. Whatever he witnessed or felt during those moments of isolation, he carried the weight of that experience with dignity and restraint. This courage is not just about physical bravery, but also about the mental and emotional strength to confront uncertainty. Collins reminds us that the unknown is not something to fear, but to approach with curiosity, wonder, and a sense of responsibility. Despite being a pivotal part of one of humanity's greatest achievements, Collins remained grounded and humble throughout his life. He often deflected attention from himself, emphasizing the contributions of his colleagues and the thousands of people who made Apollo 11 possible. His humility is a lesson for all of us. In a world that often celebrates individual success, Collins' life demonstrates the quiet power of focusing on the greater good and recognizing the interconnectedness of every achievement. Until the end of his life, Collins remained a passionate advocate for space exploration. He believed in humanity's potential to reach new frontiers and saw exploration as a unifying force. His reflections on Earth's fragility, inspired by his view of our planet from space, emphasize the importance of preserving our home while striving to understand the universe. His words challenge us to continue pushing boundaries, not just in space, but in every field of human endeavor. Whether it's solving the mysteries of the cosmos or addressing challenges on Earth, Collins inspires us to dream big and work collaboratively toward a brighter future. Finally, Collins' decision to withhold the details of his experience on the far side of the moon teaches us the value of mystery. In a world driven by the demand for instant answers, Collins reminds us that some truths are not immediately accessible or even comprehensible. His restraint in sharing the full extent of his experience encourages us to respect the unknown and to approach it with patience and humility. Perhaps the greatest mysteries are not meant to be solved, but to inspire us to continue seeking, learning, and evolving. Michael Collins was more than an astronaut. He was a thinker, a pioneer, and a quiet hero who touched the stars while keeping his feet firmly on the ground. His life offers lessons that extend far beyond the Apollo program, touching on universal themes of teamwork, humility, courage, and the enduring power of human community. As we look to the future of space exploration, Collins' legacy serves as a guiding light. He challenges us to embrace the unknown, to work together toward common goals, and to find meaning in even the most solitary moments. Above all, he reminds us of our shared humanity and the fragile beauty of the tiny blue planet we call home. Michael Collins' life and legacy encapsulate the very essence of exploration, both outward into the vast unknown of space and inward into the depths of the human spirit. While Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin etched their names into history with their steps on the lunar surface, Collins achieved something equally profound. He demonstrated the resilience, courage, and grace required to face isolation, mystery, and the weight of the unknown. His cryptic remarks about his experience on the far side of the moon, "There is something they told me I couldn't talk about," continued to ignite the imaginations of people around the world. What did he see or feel in those silent moments of lunar orbit? The answers remain shrouded in mystery, adding an almost mythical quality to his story. Yet, this mystery serves a greater purpose. It invites us to think, dream, and question what lies beyond our current understanding. Beyond the intrigue, Collins' life offers lessons that resonate on a deeply human level. His humility, teamwork, and introspection provide a blueprint for navigating challenges both extraordinary and everyday. His reflections on Earth's fragility remind us of the delicate balance we must maintain to preserve our home planet, even as we push the boundaries of exploration. Collins's legacy is not confined to the Apollo 11 mission. It extends to every corner of human endeavor where curiosity meets courage. It lives in the aspirations of the next generation of explorers, scientists, and dreamers who dare to reach for the stars while keeping their hearts tethered to humanity. As we continue to explore the cosmos, let us carry forward the spirit of Michael Collins, a man who saw the vastness of space and chose to focus on the beauty of a small blue planet. His story is a reminder that in seeking the unknown, we often rediscover ourselves and our shared connection to one another. Michael Collins may have passed into history, but his legacy continues to orbit our collective consciousness, inspiring us to look beyond the horizon and ask, what else is out there? And in that question, we find not only the wonder of space exploration, but also the enduring power of human curiosity and hope.